I never expected betrayal to come, wearing designer heels and a fake smile, the moment my sister raised her glass and laughed at me in front of her rich friends in Dubai. I felt something break inside me. She called me basic, teased me for my outfit, and let them mock me for being poor, all while sipping champagne I paid for, sitting in a hotel I booked, living a life I gave her. They didn't know the truth. She didn't either. But that night, I made a quiet decision, one that would change everything. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply canceled her return ticket. What happened after that? Let's just say she went to Dubai as an influencer. But she came back with nothing. Not even her pride. And me? I walked away richer than ever. Not with money, but with something far more powerful. Self-respect. My name is Alexa and I'm 31 years old. I've always lived a simple life. I work hard, save every dollar I can, and I don't care much about fancy clothes or expensive vacations. But my younger sister, Linda, she's the complete opposite. She's 24, addicted to social media, and constantly chasing attention from her so-called rich friends online. A few months ago, Linda graduated from college, and I wanted to do something special for her, something she'd remember forever. So I quietly spent nearly a year saving up. I worked extra shifts, skipped nights out, and cut back on every little luxury. Eventually, I managed to book us a full luxury trip to Dubai. First-class flights, a five-star hotel, a shopping allowance, everything. I didn't tell her I paid for it all. I just said it was a gift. At first, she was thrilled, hugging me, calling me the best sister ever. But that didn't last long. The moment we landed in Dubai, Linda changed. She started posting pictures, pretending everything belonged to her. She didn't tag me, didn't thank me, and never once said the trip was a gift. She introduced me to her new Dubai friends as just my older sister. Don't mind her. She's super basic. That hurt. One night, during a fancy rooftop dinner with her influencer crowd, Linda made a loud joke about my cheap dress. She smirked and said, "She's trying her best not to look poor." Everyone laughed. I wanted to disappear. What they didn't know was I had paid for Linda's designer outfit, the dinner, the hotel, the entire trip. In that moment, I decided I wouldn't let her use me anymore. I didn't make a scene. I smiled politely, finished my drink, and excused myself from the table. Linda barely noticed, too busy taking selfies with her friends, still pretending she belonged in their world. I returned to the hotel alone, opened my laptop, and began making calls. You see, everything on that trip was under my name. The hotel booking, the return flights, the shopping carts, even the ride scheduled for 2 days later. Linda assumed I had a rich boyfriend or some secret inheritance. She thought she was the star. The truth? I had worked myself to the bone to give her this experience. And she repaid me with public humiliation. So I canceled her return flight. Then I called the hotel and removed her name from the suite. I also deactivated the prepaid shopping cart I'd handed her earlier that day. No yelling, no drama, just silent, final actions. The next morning, I left while she was still asleep. I packed my things, checked out, and took a cab straight to the airport. No note, no explanation, just silence. And that silence didn't last long. When I landed back in New York, I turned my phone on, and the flood of notifications began. 15 missed calls, 22 texts, 3 voicemails. All from Linda. At first, she played it cool. "Hey, where are you? I woke up and you were gone, lol. Call me back, ASAP. I think there's a problem with my hotel key." Then her tone changed. "Did you cancel the card? My payment got declined." "Alexa, seriously, why would you do this? You better fix this now." Then came the voicemails, angry, loud, panicked. In one, she screamed, "I'm literally stranded in a foreign country because you decided to throw a tantrum. Everyone is laughing at me now. My friends think I lied about being rich." She never said thank you, never said sorry, never asked why. All she cared about was her reputation, and how poor Alexa had ruined her perfect image. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Instead, I posted a photo from one of our early days in Dubai. Linda beaming in the designer dress I bought her. And the caption, "Sometimes the people who laugh at you are only able to stand where they are because you carry them there." No names, no drama, just the truth. That truth hit hard. Within hours, friends, coworkers, and even some of Linda's followers began commenting. Some sent me DMs. "Wait, you paid for her whole trip? She told us her boyfriend paid. I can't believe she did that to you." Linda's carefully curated online image started crumbling. People began re-watching her old Dubai stories. The luxury captions, the "finally living the life I deserve" posts, the humble brags. Now they looked fake because they were. Under her posts, new comments appeared. "Didn't your sister pay for all this? Why would you shame someone who gave you everything, girl? You didn't work hard, your sister did." Linda tried damage control. She deleted comments, then posted a long caption. People love to twist stories. Family drama should stay private, but it was too late. Screenshots were already circulating. One of her own so-called friends even leaked the brunch video, the one where Linda mocked my dress and called me embarrassingly poor just to get laughs. That video went viral, and not in a good way. Brand deals she had lined up? Cancelled. Instagram followers? Dropping by the hundreds. And the worst part for her, even her influencer friends in Dubai ghosted her the moment the money dried up. Then she finally messaged me again. "You humiliated me. You ruined my life." I stared at the message for a long time. Then I replied, "No. You did that yourself. I just stopped paying for the illusion." She left me on read. 2 weeks passed. I heard nothing from Linda. No phone call. No visit. No apology. Part of me hoped she'd show up at my door, maybe with tearful eyes, finally realizing the weight of what she'd done. But she didn't. What she did do was quietly return home without a word. Our parents didn't know the full story yet. They only knew Linda had come back early from her dream trip, looking exhausted, angry, and humiliated. She told them I had bailed on her in a foreign country for no reason. But Mom and Dad know me better than that. They came over one evening, just the two of them, and sat me down. "Did something happen?" my dad asked gently. "Your sister's not talking." So I told them everything. The mockery, the lies, the payment receipts, the canceled bookings. At first, they were shocked, then disappointed. Not in me, but in Linda. Especially my mom. "She begged you for this trip," Mom whispered. "And this is how she treated you?" That night, something shifted. For the first time in my life, my parents didn't rush to defend her. They didn't ask me to forgive her. They just sat there quietly, painfully, with the truth. Meanwhile, Linda stayed silent. No posts. No stories. No texts. Maybe she was ashamed. Maybe she still thought she was the victim. But either way, I didn't hear from her again. Not until 3 months later. One quiet afternoon, I received a plain white envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside, there was no letter. Just a printed screenshot of a nearly empty bank account and a handwritten note. "I need help. Please." No apology, just a request. And that's when I knew she hadn't learned a thing. I stared at the note for a long time. "No, I'm sorry. No, I was wrong." Just 2 words. "Please help." And a bank balance that read $18.34. The old me would have folded. I would have picked up the phone, wire her the money without hesitation, and told myself, family comes first. But here's the truth. Family doesn't come first when family treats you like a doormat. So I folded the paper, slid it back into the envelope, and tucked it away in my drawer. Not out of guilt, but as a reminder of how far I'd come. Instead of replying, I posted something different that day. A photo of my passport resting on a boarding pass. I had just booked a trip for myself. First class. Solo. Paid with the savings I'd rebuilt since the Dubai disaster. The caption read, "This time, the only baggage I'm carrying is on the plane, not on my back." I didn't block Linda. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. I let the silence speak louder than money ever could. A few days later, as the plane took off, I leaned back in my seat with peace in my chest, the kind of peace no luxury can buy. Because for the first time in my life, I understood. You can't save someone who's too proud to admit they needed you all along. But you can walk away. And sometimes, walking away is the loudest way to say, I'm done being your silent wallet. 6 months later, I was sipping coffee at a quiet cafe downtown. Sun on my face, peace in my heart. Life had changed, but not in the way I expected. After the Dubai fallout, I focused on myself, truly for the first time. I took an online course in financial planning, started a small side hustle helping people budget and plan their dream trips. I began sharing my journey online. At first, it was just for fun, but then something incredible happened.
People connected with me.
My honest posts about sacrifice, betrayal, boundaries, they began to go viral. Followers messaged me, saying I gave them the courage to stop letting others walk all over them. A small brand reached out to sponsor my next trip. Then another. I wasn't just saving money anymore. I was making it on my terms with my story. As for Linda, last I heard, she moved in with an old college friend. Still trying to rebuild her social media presence. Still trying to chase clout. But something's different now. The shine is gone. The captions are quieter. The comments are colder. The girl who once mocked me for being poor has finally learned the difference between wealth and worth. And me? I'm not rich by her standards. I don't wear designer clothes. I'm not surrounded by fake followers or fake friends. But I sleep well. I wake up proud. And when I look in the mirror, I don't see someone basic or embarrassing. I see a woman who stood up for herself, who stopped funding her own disrespect, and who finally understood. The most powerful word in the world is no.